On top of that, I got $10,000 in car repairs that I need. Car
Mm-hmm.
busted, front bumper ain't on the bitch, headlights busted, fenders busted, whole car busted. And I'm
Yeah.
in the club spending the last little bit of money that I got,
Mhm.
going through it
Yep.
to keep up, chase girls and chase everything that society told you you need to have.
So welcome back to another long-awaited episode of King's Coffee. Now, this King's Coffee is a little bit different. You feel me? The last time it was just me with the guests coming through, but this time we got a co-host, and the co-host coming all the way from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. We go way back, four flats on four Cadillacs since middle school. The creator and owner of Stability2Freedom Tyrone Smith.
What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, bro?
What's up, G? How you feeling, man?
I'm chilling, bro. Like I said, just waiting on a little Walmart order. You know what I mean? Being frugal and
Yeah,
shit. So,
being frugal with the Walmart order, man. It's
yeah,
good to see you, man. It's been a minute.
been a minute,
I don't
man.
know the last time we seen each other in person. It had to be like
Man,
11, 12 years ago, maybe
it's been a
something like that.
minute.
13
It's
years ago, yeah.
it's back when we had that little fallout over road bounce and shit. Remember?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah,
Well, we didn't even had it.
yeah.
We didn't even had a problem. Our parents had the problem.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, no, that was because it was Madden.
Was it bad? It was something. I can't
Yeah,
even
it was
remember
bad.
that
I
shit.
remember that. Yeah, that was funny. Yeah. Damn, man. See how young boy stuff affected when we older. See how the shit just trickled down, man.
Yeah, man. But you end up
But
doing
we,
some good things, man. You moved and shit too. So you
yeah,
moved down
I'm
to
in Georgia now.
yeah.
ATL, well, not really ATL, but I'm in the outer parts of the ATL.
What
Like
it's
I'm
like
in
down
Georgia.
there? I ain't never been to ATL.
Man, it's spacious. Like spacious. Like you have to have a car down here.
Wow.
Like you want a car to go next door, go to the
Damn.
gas station. You need to have a car, or you walking. Like in Philly, when you walking, it's cool because you got like buildings, stores.
Right.
Down here, when you walking, that shit is blocks. You got trees, maybe a couple of houses in between. It's
Niggas
you
got
motherfuckers
acreage and
walking.
shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. Mm. You know, like what we used to is no like corners. Well, it's corner stores, but they not all over. Like they only in certain parts of like the neighborhoods and
Right.
certain parts of Atlanta. But our corner store is a gas station. You want something? Go to the gas.
Oh, okay. So
Go to the
all
gas
the
station.
niggas be at the gas. Got you. I
All
got
the
you.
gas station. Yep. But
Got you.
man, Georgia been fun, man. It's been an experience. It's been up and down. Like I can thoroughly say I've enjoyed this since I've been down here.
That's what's up. I admire like people who take chances and move to other states. It's something that I really anticipate doing. Like one of my homies just moved out to Arizona, like on a whim.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He drove his car out there and he been doing good. You know what I'm saying? Like he's
Mm-hmm.
surviving and you know what I'm saying? So I admire people who take that step and be like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm
Yeah.
finna go. You know what I mean? I,
Yeah.
I admire people who can do that. And I really
Yeah.
do anticipate on doing that at some point in the future.
Facts. Man, the one thing about moving, I could say is like I like to put in kind of example. It's like when you in your hometown, you know, you got all your family, all your peoples.
True.
Like it's basically like you on training wheels still. Like you riding a bike, but it's on training wheels. No matter how fast you ride that bike, if you're doing BMX tricks, it feel like it's training wheels. And when you move out of that zone, now you kind of have to rely on yourself. So there's no more training wheels. So now
Right.
you like, all right, all the skills I learned from life, how to ride this bike. Let me see if I can ride this bike properly. And if I fall off this bike, am I gonna sit there and like, nah, I need training wheels, or am I gonna keep riding the bike? Like, it
Mm,
shows you like, can you make it in a sense? Can you make it on your own? Like, can you make it without support of people that you think are going to support you? Because most of the time, people you think support you aren't gonna truly support you. So moving does kind of put you in perspective. Like, I can do this on my own. Like when I moved, bro, I'm telling you, I was like, it was scary because I was in a whole new city. I was living with people who I hadn't lived with long enough before, so
right.
it was always constant anxiety. Like, damn, like if I do something wrong, I'm gonna get kicked out. Like, I gotta find a crib, I gotta make the money, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. But once I got acclimated to it, once I realized, like, bro, you like you can do this on your own. Like, found my own apartments. Like I found my cribs and all that. Bought myself a car. Like once you get to the flow of it, you like, yeah, I'm built for this life stuff because you have to kind of, you don't have to, but it's good to test that kind of like it's good to test that theory out. Like shit, if I do move, what else is out there? What else is out there for me? I've always thought like that. Like, what else is out there for me? I don't want to
Mm,
stay in the same city for 50 years and like, damn, I want to see the world. I
yeah,
want to see Chicago.
yeah. And that's something
Yeah.
that I'm like, I've been here my whole life. All my
Mhm.
family really been here my whole life, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, that is what keeps me sort of grounded here, but
Yeah.
it's like that training wheels analogy, like, it's like, damn, like if I do go to another state, it's really, really good, you really see
Yeah.
what's up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, but
Hmm.
I've been, on my own since what, 23. So, I mean, it
Yeah.
wouldn't be no different. It would just be a different state and just different, a couple different obstacles, in my opinion.
Yeah.
When did you go out there anyway?
This is probably like a year after maybe not a year, maybe 6 months after I graduated college. So like May of 2017.
Oh, you actually finished college, nigga? Damn, I wish I could have finished college,
Yeah, I
nigga.
finished college. Yeah.
Like, I was a fuck up, nigga. I'm sorry.
He said I was a fuck.
Man, I
No, I
couldn't do
finished
it, bro.
college, man.
I couldn't
That's
do it,
funny.
bro. One time this man I used to smoke weed and I used to smoke in college. And then I used to smoke in the dorm room. And I
You
had got
tripping.
caught one day. So the dude tells the RA to come to the dorm. So I'm upstairs cooking in the the student kitchen and the cop come in. He like, Tyrone? I'm like, nigga, I don't know you. And so I knew I was in trouble. So he walked me down to my room and they start to go confiscate all my paraphernalia, whatever, whatever. But I knew I wasn't going to last in college. They didn't search the whole room. I had a jar of weed, a big jar of weed, and it was bagged up. So
Hmm.
with that, if they would have found that, that would have really impacted my
Yeah.
whole situation, like made shit even
Hmm.
worse. But I knew I wasn't set out for college after that experience, and so I ended up leaving. So, but congratulations to you for finishing, bro. Like for real.
I appreciate that. Thank you. I definitely appreciate that, G. I've seen some crazy college and heard some crazy college experiences and stories. So don't feel defeated that you ain't finished college. There's a lot of people definitely
I
go through those
wasn't built
obstacles.
for it. I wasn't built for it, bro. I was, I was,
Okay.
I was jacking off all day. I was built for it, bro.
Yeah.
I was built for it.
So the first thing I want to talk about is our 2024 review, man. So how do you feel like your 2024 was?
Man, my 2024 was crazy, bro. It started off
Okay.
crazy. Like tail end of 23, things seem to be going up.
Mm-hmm.
I'll never forget this day. January 23rd, no, 20 January 24th. It was a Wednesday at
Mm-hmm.
3:40 p.m. I keep hearing these little knocks on my door. I'm sitting there doing a Coursera training on cybersecurity, and I'm sitting there just plugging home like I ain't expecting nobody. All of a sudden, three big ass white cops just come in my apartment. The dude would instantly start changing locks, and the big white boy handed me a blue paper said writ of possession. And for people who
Mm-hmm.
don't know, a writ of possession is an eviction notice. It officially alerts the courts that you have been formally evicted. And I was like, what the? I've been paying my rent. I've been doing this. Like, what's happening? Like, what's happening? Had to move in with Granny for a week. She writing me general reminders all over the place. Anything I do, she commenting on. I'm like, man, this is some bullshit. I gotta get out of here. So that whole week I'm living with Granny. I'm back and forth to the courts. I'm back and forth showing them like, yo, like I didn't have all my receipts the first couple days. I had to compile everything together, and they're like, man, I don't. I'm like, I didn't receive a notification that I was going to be evicted, and they're like, okay, yeah, we hear you. By the grace of God, I had all my receipts, man, and so I was
Mm-hmm.
able to stay in my apartment. I didn't get put out, but that was how my 2024 started, January 24th. So, and I was scheduled to start a new job on the 15th of January, but it kept getting pushed back. Ended up
Mm-hmm.
starting that job at a call center Spent 9 months there while I was able to, slowly transition from being primarily self-employed, relying solely on myself and my car and other different ways to make money, eBay, Amazon, all these different ways I was selling products and different things like that. And so that 9 month period, I sort of put all of that to the side and really started focusing on getting a regular job, setting a solid foundation, and then retransitioning back into entrepreneurship once that foundation has been laid. And so as of December 9th, 24, I was hired at a new job as housing counselor for a nonprofit, and I've been there since. And now I'm back on track with my entrepreneurship. I have stability in my life, and now I'm working on teaching people who were like me, who were stubborn like me, who needed to get knocked upside the head. So you realize the right way to go about entrepreneurship is making sure that you're stable. So that's been my 2024.
Okay, okay, man. I've been through, you know, before I even get into my 2024, man. This was like I want to say this was 2022, 2021, 2022, like
Like
the
way
end
back.
of those. Like, yeah, I was living in an apartment with my homie, and originally he moved out like maybe 6 months into us getting our lease. He just abruptly moved out. So I was kind of like, damn, like what I'm gonna do? Like, I gotta pay this, I gotta pay that. So one of my other friends from Baltimore, he moved in an apartment. Moved from Baltimore to Atlanta, moved in an apartment, and after like 2 months, so he wasn't paying anything. So I was handling all the like responsibilities, like of the crib and all that. So
Taking
that
care
put
of
a
a
lot of
grown man.
yeah, basically that put a lot of stress on me. And in March of 23, yep, I broke the lease with my apartment complex. Gratefully, I didn't have an eviction on my I guess like my credit, and I moved in one of my coworkers at the time. Like I was renting out one of her rooms. So 2024, right, was the start of 2024. I was in a management position at one of my jobs, but I was already kind of on the outs because with me in jobs, like you got a year or 2 years with me because I start to see y'all bullshit, y'all patterns, things I don't like, and I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to like move on. I want something else that's kind of more fulfilling in a sense, if
Right,
that makes sense.
right, right.
So January to March, I worked that job. March, I started a new job, which was an upgrade in my culinary career. So now I became an executive chef. From March to April, it was all good. But the person that brought me on at the end of April, he got fired. Like he was my boss and he got fired. And he only been there about 7 months, which is kind of crazy. So from April to like June, it was just like work, consistent work. In that time period, I find out that my girlfriend is pregnant. So I have my first son, which is like now it's a lot of like emotions, a lot of feelings, a lot of like preparation to go on to that. We're living in a apartment complex and getting everything on track like financially. The apartment complex misleads us on how to pay our rent.
Mm.
So now they want to take us to court and they want to try to like evict us because they misled us on how we should pay our rent. Yeah, so this is just like it's like back to back to back, and like I'm not saying these are all bad and negative. There were some lessons in all of these, but it was just like the amount of events that happened that kept happening and kept happening. So that was from like let's say like May to July ish, August ish. So then we finally find a house in September, which was closer to my job at the time, being executive chef. Now we move in midway September. I'm promoted to dining director, so now I'm over the whole department. A month later, I get fired from that from that job, and that's in October.
Damn.
November, I start a new part time job. I start doing the podcast again. I start doing more content creation again. December, I start hopefully my last culinary job. So it's like 2024. I had 3 jobs. three different living arrangements. Like, I'm figuring out like my family is expanding, having a son. So I got a car in that year too, but that's not super important because it's like that and all that. So man, 2024 was like it was a movie. Like I just like the mindset I had from beginning of the year, like man, I'm sick of this job. I'm finna be this. Like I'm gonna come in here and do that, and I'm gonna do that. Then doing that kind of work. Then just on a work standpoint, doing that kind of work. Then figuring out I'm the big boss. Then getting fired. Like my emotions were up and down when it comes to
Yeah,
just working.
yeah,
But I've been fired before, so now it's like, you know what? I know how to maneuver myself when I don't have a job. I know what to do. And just from me having different living arrangements, man, it felt like nothing was like stable. So you can say it was kind of anxious. Like, is the place I lay my head at night is going to be available to me the next day? Like, those are kind of like thoughts that I was having. And it's just like, it was a lot of lessons I learned in 2024. And one of them was just one, one step at a time,
right,
like one step at a time.
right,
Two
right,
was you can only control what you can control and how you react to it. Like if I reacted to every situation in the worst way, I wouldn't be like here, like speaking on that kind of stuff in this kind of manner. And then and the third thing I learned is that everybody goes through life. My situation doesn't make me less of a person than somebody else or more of a person than somebody else. Like everybody lives intersect. Like think about the people that you work with. They come from completely different backgrounds, completely different ways of life, and y'all happen to meet right here. So you aren't less of somebody because somebody is a place that you want to be, and you are more of somebody because you're at where somebody wants to be.
right.
So 2024 definitely, man, it definitely hit me for a couple haymakers, a couple fight night champion haymakers. I
Yeah.
was in that thing.
But look,
Bro.
bro, I tell you this though, after all that we've been through, 23 before all that, all the bullshit, all the obstacles, everything that we've been through, bro, it makes you so much stronger. It makes you so
Mm-hmm.
much more resilient, able to persevere and able to stick it out. And it builds
Mm-hmm.
your mental fortitude to let you know that, hey, maybe life might just be a consistent roller coaster from
Yeah.
work events to personal events, personal tragedies, loss of family
Mm-hmm.
members. You know, it's always going to be up and down. It's always going to
Mm-hmm.
happen that way. It's going to be an ebb and flow of positivity and negativity. But the most important thing to realize is that without either or, up and down, either wouldn't feel good. So like
Mm-hmm.
if we didn't experience the negative, we wouldn't know what positive experiences felt like. If we didn't
Mm-hmm.
know what positive experiences felt like, we would only know the negative. And so
Mm-hmm.
the duality of the situation is actually a blessing. And it helps
Mm-hmm.
you prepare yourself for unforeseen things that are going to happen.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Exactly. I couldn't put it. I couldn't put it any other way. Like that's if I could regurgitate that, I would say just how you said it.
Bro,
But life is a constant roller coaster,
I'm
man.
so ready for everything now, bro. Like I'm so ready,
Mm-hmm.
bro. I've lived in an apartment with no electricity, having girls over in an apartment, smashing them with no electricity in the crib, bro. Like going through eviction process twice, being on the eviction diversion program, bro, being in multiple car accidents, bro, driving drunk, waking up and somehow a police officer calls me a Uber home. When the last time you had a police officer drive you home
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
or
I,
call you
yeah,
an Uber home? When is the last
yeah,
time you had a police officer call you an Uber? You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
that's right.
This is just like things are going to happen, but at the end of the day, whatever you believe in, that force is with you. Like
Mm-hmm.
whatever you believe in, God, the creator, is with you and it's going to guide you and help you in certain circumstances. So it's no need to
Mm-hmm.
worry about the good and the bad. Just worry about living and experiencing.
So the next thing we want to talk about is goals for 2025. Some things you want to kind of hone in on and really tackle this year. So I can say for me, the one thing is discipline. Like I can't, I don't say I can't imagine, but I know how much I've been telling myself, like, you know what, I got to get more active. I got to get back in the gym. Like I want to do these things. Like it's nothing really holding me back but myself and my discipline. Like, and also going with discipline's time management, like figuring out what times work best for me and actually putting my best foot forward to go through and to go through with those goals. Cause I know where I want to be, but I'm having difficulties with the first step, like taking that first step, actually doing the things. That's why one of the words are like like we were saying earlier, one step at a time. Like just having one step at a time and putting my best foot forward.
Right,
I feel like that's really something I want to work on. Discipline, time management, and money delegation. Like making sure I'm making my money work for me, and
right.
I work for shit that I don't need it to work for. And like prioritizing prioritize how I want to spend my money, how I want to divide my money, like what resource I want to put my money to. Because I don't want to work forever. It's like an overall goal. So this time now, and with this year, I really want to hone in on those three things. But I feel like money delegation is going to not be a top priority, like the first thing, but something that I'm really heavily focusing on. So how about you, big dog? So what you see yourself doing this year?
So similar to you, what I'm working on this year, I do have goals of my own, and that is creating a course. And it's a course for entrepreneurs, those who were like me, who primarily made gig work their full-time means of making an income, or self-employed individuals. And also, I would like to reach those individuals who are working a job right now, and they have a little bit of extra money, but it's just that they have been so focused on working a job that now they're actually at a point where they can consider investing in something that will help them sort of get to where they want to go. Being consistent with the timeline that I have created for myself in the production of the course. And as we were talking offline a little bit, I've kind of slacked a little bit. I'm like 2 weeks behind on the timeline that I have. And I was thinking about this on my walk just a second ago. It's like it's never too late. Even though you might fall off a little bit, you can always get back on and pick up where you started and rework, your plan. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just need to listen to what your body is telling you and sort of move how you need to move in the short term, but you keep the long-term focus and get back on track. Um, once you see fit. Another area of discipline I want to be more consistent in is in frugality, reducing expenses, um, budgeting, making sure I know exactly where my money is going, um, and planning for an emergency fund and investing in my course and making sure I set out making sure I set out a certain portion of my budget that is
You sound like
dedicated to
me.
fun and a vacation. I'm trying. I'm getting blah, 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 blah. But yeah, so those are some of the things that I've just been working on, just my discipline and being consistent with my budgeting, my frugality, and working on my side hustle.
And I think one thing that's can be overlooked is especially being frugal and reducing your expenses because like we're in the age of subscription based, email based, like fee based, like small subscriptions that we have come with fees like Acorn. Acorn is a investing app. They have monthly fees, like gym memberships and all that. Like those small things, $20, $30 a month. If you cancel 5 subscriptions you're not using, that's extra $100 to $150 a month in your pocket. That can be half of a phone bill, an electric bill, even investing money. So that is a really good thing. Like that's a really good practice you're doing now. And I like that. Living in today's society, whether that's financially, mentally, like emotionally, like physically, like any way, like living in today's society. How
Yeah,
do you feel has impacted us as millennials or just us as people?
yeah, man. With society, I feel like it's ruined a lot of things that were evergreen. And what I mean is like the way relationships are formed, um, the way we view ourselves, or in other words, self-worth, or how do we feel about ourselves? you know, because we get caught up in a loop of comparing ourselves to what somebody else is doing on the other side. And I know sometimes I have to catch myself and say, no, this is what I'm doing. Forget what they're doing. You don't want that lifestyle because most people on the inside are lonely, are not feeling good about themselves. But for the appearances and the due to the way that society is currently operating, there's a persona that is put out there, but that's not really you. And I feel like society has ruined that aspect of what a person is and what it is that makes a person feel good about themselves. And society, it makes it seem as though you have to keep up with the Joneses, when in actuality, we should consider embracing frugality, being frugal, and making the money that we have work for us in order to grow that money.
Hmm. I definitely agree. And speaking on a financial standpoint, is everything since 2020, since the pandemic, has like tripled in price. What it seems like even just regular Walmart runs for the same grocery and necessities you need are costing about double the amount of what we used to pay just a few years ago.
Yeah.
So, and it is tough for people who are living above their means or like want to live a certain way because it's a certain image. Like society is like a instant gratification kind of thing because of the internet, because of like social media. Like we see things like just in front of us and like we expect it to be like in our hands within hands reach, but people don't understand that it's a process that goes into whatever you want to achieve, whatever you want, whether it's like relationships, women, cars, money, a job, status, some kind of like following, like that all comes with some level of work and dedication. Like nothing is instant, but society makes it feel like we're instant because we have all this access to everything. And then everything costs a lot more money, but the working wage is still back in like the 1200s. Like minimum wage hasn't gone up anything. So now people are like living just like surviving is a better
Surviving.
word. They're just surviving. They're trying to make ends meet.
Barely.
Like it's like people are, yeah, it's like people are barely making ends meet. You know, like going through everyday life, just trying to figure things out. And there are people, like you said, that are maybe are unhappy or just kind of hollow inside that are showing you what they want to show you. Like, sure, you can be like, I don't want to say it like on a boat somewhere really nice, somewhere really fancy, kind of showing that lifestyle off. But is that the lifestyle that you actually live? Like, is that the facade that you if are you put on that facade for, you know, is that where you want to be, or is that where you want people to think you're at? So I feel like society and that does play a part on people's like mental health, people's emotional health, because some people feel like they aren't enough. They aren't doing enough. Or better yet, if I'm not doing enough, why should I keep trying? That keeps people in the same kind of mindset, the same rat race, as we say in a sense, just the same level of life. Like some people don't progress, some people are stagnant, which is, I don't want to say that's fine. Some people make choices to be stagnant, but
Right.
those opportunities,
Some people just want to work a
but yeah,
job, collect the pension, and die.
and
And
yeah,
honestly, to keep it a buck with you, we need those people. We need the scepter driver. We need the trash man.
yeah.
We need those people, right? Because without those people, society wouldn't function. Let's just keep it a buck, you know? So I don't want to downplay
Mm-hmm.
people who are just going to live that lifestyle, but there are people like you, like me, like who crave more and desire more, and they just don't might not know about the right way to go about it, and they have let society consume them with consumerism,
Mm-hmm.
living beyond your
Yeah.
means, and doing a little bit more than you can afford to do. So I just want to share a story with you, right, bro? So I work in the housing department at my job, and so we help people with mortgage assistance, utility assistance, rental assistance, et cetera, right? And I get to see a lot about how people budget their money and spend their money. And one girl, her mortgage was twelve $1,200, right? Twelve
Mm-hmm.
hundred dollars for mortgage. Her car payment was $500. Insurance
Mm.
was 350, and she works for the federal government. She works at the IRS building.
Mm.
Now, those three expenses, 1,200, 500, 350,
Like
17,
2150.
21. Well, I'm not good at math, but I do know
Was that
her
20?
income. I ain't the best at math, but what I do know
Yeah.
is her income was only 2,400. And so now she's at my job seeking mortgage assistance. You understand? So
Mm-hmm.
when we're over leveraged like that, and I don't even know her kid's situation. So on just with the her making 2,400, mortgage being 1,200, car payment being 500, and car insurance being 350, plus whatever other expenses you got, childcare, 250 a week, food, you understand me? And then the fact
Mm-hmm.
that it's something called the benefits cliff, right? It's where a person could be making $22,000 a year, right? They fall within the federal
Mm-hmm.
poverty limit guidelines, which means they can qualify for public assistance. Now, let's take the same person. Let's say she makes $22,001 a year. So 22,001. She will be cut
Mm-hmm.
off all public assistance.
Mm.
So because this girl makes $2,400 a month, she's making about 40 to $41,000 a year. She can't qualify for no public assistance.
Mm-hmm.
And so now everything has compiled and compiled and compiled because of consumerism and because we are told that we need things that we really don't. For me, I don't need a car. Yeah, I could be having more girls, but fuck it. I don't
Mm-hmm.
need a car.
Yeah.
Bro, when I had a
Yeah.
car, I had so many just bust downs.
Mm-hmm.
Like I had like now I don't have a car. I don't have the bust downs. I got my own house. Still don't have the bust downs. And a lot of us men, we go and get these cars just so we can get girls.
Mm-hmm.
Just so we can get just for the appearance when we really broke and we really can't
Mm-hmm.
afford it. And we're really just doing things to impress other people and we
Mm-hmm.
we we are financially in ruin.
Yep. Exactly. That's that living below your means. That's that understanding where you want to go and making certain sacrifices on how you want to get there. Like a lot of people say they want to be in certain spaces, but are you willing to make the certain sacrifices for those spaces?
Are you willing to give up the hose? Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
uh
Are you willing to give up what you're comfortable with every day? Like things that you deem as needs, but are more like wants.
right. Like if you don't need a car, why have one? Why have
Mm-hmm.
the extra expense of a car payment? Why have the extra expense of car insurance, traffic tickets, getting your car
Yeah,
booted, all these red light,
yeah.
all these
Traffic.
different other expenses that will eat at your income, and you can't do nothing
Mm-hmm.
about it. It
Yeah,
don't make sense to me, you know.
yeah.
And being frugal, man, it's really the way to go, especially in today's economy. You touched on it, bro. I went to the store the other day just to get some eggs, bro. The cheapest eggs in there was 5.79, bro, for regular eggs, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Regular, just a regular John. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, bro, like, and this is at Save a Lot.
Yeah. Damn, I haven't heard of Save a Lot in a long time.
Yeah, y'all know about
A long time.
that. But
A long time. Damn, Save a Lot.
it's crazy right now, bro. And it's only going to get worse. And
Mm-hmm.
I think embracing frugality until you are able to climb out of that situation, once you are over the benefits cliff, you on your own. If you
Yeah.
have nothing or low income, you can get all the benefits.
Yeah.
If you are making a okay income, it's all on you. And if that is you, you
Hmm.
have to make sure you are living frugally
Yeah.
because you won't be able to survive. You just, this is not even talking
Hmm.
about thriving or starting a business or nothing, just to survive.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Exactly. Exactly. That's where I think that's where a lot of individuals make those, make those mistakes. A lot of individuals they fall short. That's a better term. Like they fall short on those resources, just knowing how to budget, like knowing what's important, like having the discipline of like, you know what, I don't have to buy this. This is more important for me in my life, so let me prioritize this. Like, man, I've been there too. Like, I've definitely experienced that, and definitely have had those hard internal conversations with myself. But it's about being true to yourself, and like you mentioned, like people do things in society to impress other people, to put on a certain facade. You should be impressing yourself.
right,
You should be happy with yourself. Like,
right.
I don't care what this person thinks because this person, even though they may look the part, they have their own BS, their own shit going on in their life. We just can't see it. So somebody else's opinion of what we have going on should be null and void. And I've struggled with that. Like I've struggled with doing things for a certain look and for people, or just to make it seem like, oh yeah, I have it, or I've had that, or I've done that. And you get like what's the word? Like you get like small satisfaction, very a short amount of
For sure.
satisfaction, then it kind of fades away. And you like, well, now I'm stuck with whatever purchase I had or whatever thing I did, and it was just here. And I'm trying to figure out how to reuse it.
Do you know how satisfied I was being able to just holler and get numbers and just do all this and that and just really be on some bachelor type? Like I was really doing that just to get girls, paying
Mm-hmm.
$451 for the car payment, $328
Mm.
for the insurance on
Mm.
top of my rent,
$800.
or right, on top of the rent that's 800. So off top, I'm $1,600 in the hole. And keep in
Mm-hmm.
mind you, all this is coming from Uber, Lyft, and all that shit, eBay, all this shit. Nigga, I was fucked up, bro. Like mentally having in a position where and this is not just me. This is a lot of people who are doing gig work because what we
Mm-hmm.
do is finance these cars and we don't realize that shit. I gotta pay my rent with these apps. I gotta pay my car note, car insurance, buy food.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta do everything off of these apps, right? And I'm like, damn. On top of that, I got $10,000 in car repairs that I need. Car
Mm-hmm.
busted, front bumper ain't on the bitch, headlights busted, fenders busted, whole car busted. And I'm
Yeah.
in the club spending the last little bit of money that I got,
Mhm.
going through it
Yep.
to keep up and chase girls and chase everything that society told you need to have.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, I'm good
Mm-hmm.
on that.
Yep. Definitely, definitely. That's facts, man. That is facts. I'm not laughing at your pain. It was just funny.
No, bro, it was so stupid. It was stupid, man. Yes, I look back on that and laugh, bro. It was stupid. Like
Yeah.
stupid. What I should have did was get a regular job and do what I'm doing now. I would be so much further along than chasing
Mm-hmm.
the temporary freedom versus the longer
Yeah.
freedom. Because
Yeah.
that's how they wrap that up. Oh, it's freedom to do this and that whenever you want to do it, sure. But what's the cost?
Mm-hmm.
What's the
Mm-hmm. What's the
cost?
cause? Yep. Yep. Man, we got remember we always have to remember like, there's no like guidelines to like life and no book. So a lot of things, we are learning. Like we do have to evolve and adapt within ourselves, but it is up to us to be able to be in water and like, all right, I'm gonna go fins instead of being in water. I'm just drown. Like, it's cool. I'll float here, or I'll just drown and die. Like adapting and evolving and becoming your situation and making the most of it, that's how you grow. Like that's true growth right there. And when you come out that water, that you come out a different person or you come out the same person. So
Mm.
like Kobe said, are you the same animal but a different beast? And people was like, huh? Are you the same animal but you're a different beast? Like, are you a lion that's living like a cat? Are you a lion that's actually a lion?
Mm.
Yeah, man.
That's
Well,
real talk.
when I heard Kobe say that, I was like, okay, Kobe, I see you dropping gems. That was like 6 years ago, but that stayed with me for a minute.
Yeah, it be things like that that
That
stay
stayed
with
with
like
me.
you said, like Bruce Lee said something similar. He said, if the water is in a cup, it becomes the cup. If the water is in the ocean, it becomes the ocean. Be like
Mm-hmm.
water, my friend, you know? And living that way really helps you adapt and prepare for any situation. Nothing can
Mm-hmm.
get you down if you just be water.
Man, I appreciate you for coming on here with me. So make sure y'all go check out Stability to Freedom on Instagram. Check out all the videos, all the knowledge he be dropping. Make sure you tune in to 86 and King's Coffee because we're gonna be doing this about twice a month. Getting all the info, all the drops, all the knowledge twice a month.
And again, that's
You know
at
what I mean?
Stability to
You got to
Freedom.
sound off on them.
Yeah, yeah,
There
yeah.
you go.
So again, that's at Stability to Freedom. All the people that don't know how to spell Stability to Freedom. And that's all across social media. And I think TikTok finna ban shit now, so I don't know what's gonna happen with that. But yeah, so that's how you can find me.
Okay, big facts. And y'all know is double underscore 86. And 80 is spelled with an 8, 6 is spelled with the number 6 on Instagram and Facebook. And that's all we got, man. I appreciate you, my boy.
You already know.
And we're going to see you on the next one. Peace.